The University of Arizona football team enters the 2010 season with more hype than the school has ever experienced before. For a program that's never reached the Rose Bowl, 2010 might be the best chance they've ever had. But in order to go forward to see how the Wildcats got to where they are, let's look back at 2009 and discuss 4 key moments that define the season with free safety Joe Perkins and wide receiver Bug Wright. We'll start in Washington, where a freak interception led the Wildcats to their first heartbreaking Pac-10 loss of the season. At Washington, the interception off Dale Dean's foot.
That was the sickest feeling in the world because when the defense, we were on the sideline and we just, we knew we were up, we were like, okay, this game's over. And we just heard this big roar and we were like, hold on, what's happening? And we looked up, he was already in the end zone. We were just like, what happened, what happened? It was sick.
We were just, offensively, we were just at loss of words because that was probably one of the most craziest plays that happened the whole year. And just for that to happen for us and then lose the game was just loss of words.
You guys have probably seen the tape a million times. Did it hit the ground?
Yes.
All right, against Stanford, Nick Grigsby touchdown run to ice the game at the end.
Oh yeah, offensive guy. You know, we look to make plays every time we touch the ball. So when Nick did that, we just knew that we had a pretty good team and we could keep things rolling. That kind of like, I believe that put us over the hump and showed us that we can make plays like that when we really need it. When we kind of,
Defensively, we was just kind of a tough game for us. We was just happy the offense was able to pull it out for us. That's one of the things that's changed since we've been here. Like before, it would be offense has to do. We just need the offense to put up 21 points and defense take care of the rest. But now we're more of a well-balanced team where offense will put up the points if we need it and the defense will shut teams out if we need it. So.
All right, the Oregon game, the whole thing, the night. Jeremiah Masoli and 6 touchdowns, the fans on the field, just try to put it in words.
I'll say unforgettable for that game because like I was talking to my coach about it, like that game we'll remember for the rest of our lives, man. And we was just so close to being in the Rose Bowl, but stuff happened. I mean, you can't dwell on it too bad, but I'll never forget that game.
I think for me defensively, we kind of knew it was going to be a long night with the field goal they hit and it hit off the crossbar and went right in, and it was like, oh man, you gotta be kidding. They're getting all the breaks. But it's football and it happens. It's gotta keep working on it. That's the only thing.
Speaking of getting anxious, it's a minute left, they're driving, you look behind you and you've got 10,000 students behind you on the field. What were you guys thinking then?
Trying to get them back into the stands because we knew that the game was far from over. A minute is like 30 minutes in real time, so a lot of things can go down in that 1 minute time span. And luckily they built the barriers this year, so hopefully it won't happen again.
Last one, when Jerron Kreiner scored that touchdown against USC to win that game.
I was ecstatic. I'm from LA, so that was like a big, that's what you get for not recruiting me. So I was ecstatic. I was on the sideline jumping and cheering the whole time.
From an offensive perspective, we came out to that game very excited, came out with our hair on fire, and we knew that we was going to have to make some plays that game in order to win. And we also knew that Coach Stoops had never beat SC since we've been here. And as an offensive player, we put that on our minds to do that really for Coach Stoops. And we made the plays when we needed to, and we came out to win. That was an exciting game.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
All right, and since we're talking about last year, I'm sure you don't even want to think about it, but you're a little removed now, the Holiday Bowl. What happened?
So, man, I've been asked that question so many times. I don't know, man. After the game was over, I just kind of try to put that on my head. I mean, when I think about it, I get a little upset, but I use that as motivation when I touch the field again. But, I mean, we just wasn't ready to play. I think.
2009 was both a season of triumph and a season of heartbreak, but there's nowhere to move but forward. 2010 gives Arizona its best chance to reach the Rose Bowl for the first time in its history, and nothing represents the future of Arizona football better than quarterback Nick Foles. We sat down with him and his roommate, wide receiver David Douglas, and discussed just what might happen in this 2010 season. Season's really close. How you guys feeling?
Feeling good. We put a lot of work in after last season in the spring and the summer, and we've really grown as an offense. We have like 9 or 10 returning starters, and you can just tell the maturity of the group this year is a lot more than it was last year, and that'll help us a lot this season.
Yeah, I agree. We're just what you said about maturity is we got a lot of players that have played now compared to last year. We came in and the quarterback competition. A lot of us receivers have never really had true game experience, and it's just we worked hard through the off season, and we're just a lot more comfortable out there, and we're excited about this year.
It seems that this year there's a lot more buzz nationally about Arizona football, as if to say Arizona football has kind of made it now. Is it different with all that going into this year compared to last season?
It's really not different. I think it drives me more. Just knowing that we're a little bit more on the spotlight this year. Really, we had a good year last year, but we really want to build on it. We didn't end the way we wanted to, so that put us in the spotlight, just going to a big bowl game, and then ending like we did what we wanted to do. So the spotlight's on us this year because there are so many returners on offense, and you have Stoops, who's a great defensive mind, so they're going to look at us, and nothing's really changed. We're still the same team.
So I guess, speaking of last year, a year ago today, you didn't even know if you would be playing the opening game, and now you're considered to be one of the best quarterbacks in the country. How different is this year for you so far?
Just knowing that I'm a starter, I think it just took a different leadership role in the spring and summer. I knew I had to be a leader for the guys, and I took that role and I wanted to push it. And we really had a good program going in the summer. I think that was the key, and just the confidence it brings me. You're the starter. I think it helps the receivers in the line knowing who's going to be the quarterback back there. You can get the time and everything down, so it definitely helps a lot.
Speaking of receivers, you guys have a lot of them that can play this year, even with Dale, Sean, Dean leaving the team this summer. Is that a confidence thing for you guys, knowing there are so many people that can play this year?
Yeah, I mean, it is. We have a lot of depth at receiver, and we're excited about it. And the main thing that we're excited about is we know we have quarterbacks that can get us the ball. When we're out there having a good time, it's fun playing for those kind of guys. We're out there, competing with the depth. Saying we have a lot of depth. We're out there competing and getting a lot better. So it's a really good thing.
How's it been this year? I know you guys have had this question for a while now, but without Sonny and with the two co-coordinators, do you notice Sonny's absence, or is it just status quo?
I think the fans were a little worried, just losing Coach Dykes, but Coach Stoops always says he replaces great coaches with great coaches. So we got a great coach in Coach Selfa, a great quarterback coach. He's really helped us a lot with our fundamentals and just reads. And just the co-coordinator thing has worked out great so far. The offense is similar to what we did last year, and they added a couple of wrinkles that will benefit us this year, because you always have to change your offense, because defense are always studying film and learning more about that offense. So I think it was a good thing that happened.
How about the stable running backs you guys have? If they stay healthy, they could be one of the best in the country. What's your expectations for them this year?
Like you said, I expect them to all have great years. The big thing for them will be to stay healthy. Last year they got a little banged up. And if they stay healthy, it's going to be something special. You got 3 running backs that can run like that. There might not be another team in the nation that has 3 running backs like we do. A lot of teams only have 1 or 2, and we have 3 that can play. So as long as they stay healthy, they'll do something special.
Did you guys follow the realignment stuff that was going on all summer?
It was always on TV. It's something that you looked at, and what can we do being players? We don't really have a say, so we'd observe it. We'd listen and see what was going on, because it is important to see who's going to be in your conference. And they were talking about the mega conferences, and that was sort of
You guys are Texas boys. How would it have been to play UT?
It would have been fun to play UT. I think all of us would have really liked it, but I think it'll work well with the Pac-12. I think adding those 2 schools in will really make it even more fun conference.